Good evening from the Carolina Weather Group Control Center in Charlotte. I'm James Brierton with continuing coverage of the Carolina snowstorm. It is January 17th, 2018, just past the 8 o'clock hour. Thanks for joining us for our continuing coverage here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Periscope, and much, much more. Coming up in the next few minutes, our scheduled Carolina Weather Group discussion. Our guest from Norman, Oklahoma's National Weather Service office, meteorologist Todd Lindley, will be talking about forecasting wildfires. But before we talk fire, we got to talk ice and snow. We're going to break down those snowfall accumulations that we've seen here in the Carolinas in the past 24 hours and what we can expect going through the remainder of tonight. But we start our 8 o'clock special with some reports from across the region. We'll have one coming up in just a moment from Scotty Powell in the foothills of North Carolina, but we begin with my own adventures outside our studios here in Charlotte. It seemed like in the last few years, the snowstorms we got brought snow to northern Mecklenburg County, but if you lived in South Charlotte, maybe south of Interstate 85, it always seemed like we got more rain, maybe some icing than we did snow. Well, not this time around. It seems like we all got a fair dosing of snow. Right here in front of me, I've got a trash can with a nice flat surface, untreated. We have not touched it throughout the day, and if I take the tape measure and take a look here, we got a good solid 3 inches of snow here, about the same on the grassy surfaces behind me. What is going to concern me and what we're keeping a close eye on as we head into the evening hours is the untreated surfaces. So if you take a look at our parking lot here, this has not been treated. It's also not very heavily traveled. So what rain, snow, and sleet does remain is going to freeze tonight and become an ice rink of black ice.
We've been seeing snow throughout the area all morning long. It started around 2 o'clock in the morning with some flurries, and then around 4 a.m. is when we started to see the snow pick up in intensity. And now here as we're entering the 10 o'clock hour, it is really snowing pretty hard now. This is the heaviest we've seen the snow. Not really huge flakes, but some bigger flakes, and a lot of them is really starting to accumulate. Anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow already here in the foothills, and we're going to see snow continue for the next few hours. So we could see those totals really ramp up. One thing I did want to show you is this is the roads behind me. As you can see here, a lot of this is a main road here in the Burke County area, and so it is snow covered. So there's a lot of treacherous travel out there, numerous wrecks and accidents. We've seen some jackknife tractor trailers, cars slid off the road. So it's just not a good day to be out on the roadways. As you can see, these snow-covered roads, this road was plowed just about 20 minutes ago, and the snow already starting to fill back in. So, and then once the snow does move out of the area, we're going to have to look at those temperatures. Those temperatures are going to get really cold this afternoon and evening and overnight hours. We could see some low teens, maybe even upper single digits as this cold Arctic air moves into the area. So dangerously cold wind chills and temperatures tonight and tomorrow. And also we're going to see a refreeze with all this stuff freezing back up on the road. So another treacherous travel day for your Thursday morning. So I'm Scotty Powell here in the foothills of North Carolina, specifically in Morganton. 3.5, 4 inches of snow already on the ground, and we expect to see some more throughout the duration of the day. For the Carolina Weather Group, I'm Scotty Powell.
Thanks, Scotty, for that report, and he is absolutely right. Those roadways already beginning to freeze on over. You can see the latest temperatures in your neighborhood scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. Stepping outside our studios here, as soon as that sun went down, that water, that snow, that ice that was left on the roadways already beginning to freeze. So if you can, stay inside tonight, cozy up by the fire, and stay right here with us here at the Carolina Weather Group. We also have scrolling on the side of your screen for you the latest warnings and advisories. Most of the winter storm warnings that remain in effect at this hour are in the Raleigh neck of the woods, where the storm is still holding on as it attempts to make its way towards the coast. So we're talking now moving out of the Raleigh area, Interstate 95, and out towards the Outer Banks. The rest of us, we have winter weather advisories because of those icy weather conditions that'll be with us throughout the rest of the evening through the overnight, and we're in for a messy, slow morning commute as well. But before we talk about tomorrow, let's talk more about today. We have some of the latest figures from the National Weather Service offices across the region. We're going to go ahead and pop a map up now and then also show you some neighborhood video as well too. In no particular order, I'm going to go ahead and read off some of these snowfall accumulations that came into us from the National Weather Service offices. I want to caution you that these are preliminary, and we can expect to see these numbers change as we go on through the night and into tomorrow. Starting with some numbers from the National Weather Service based out of Greenville, Spartanburg in North Carolina area for them Alexander County, Taylorsville came in with 5 inches. Avery County, Banner Elk, about 3.8 inches. We look at Asheville, just over 3 inches of snow fell there, and where Scotty Powell was reporting from in Morganton, final total as of this afternoon was 5 inches. We'll wait to see if we get any new evening numbers from Scotty in a short bit. In Cabarrus County, in Kannapolis, 4.5 inches. In Caldwell and Lenoir, 7.5 inches. We had some video from atop Lenoir there earlier today, looking back down at the valley as we saw some of those fresh snowflakes begin to fall. In Catawba County and Hickory, 5.5 inches of snow. Cleveland County and Shelby, just over 2 inches of snow. In Gaston, Gastonia, coming in with 4 inches of snow. Iredale County, Mooresville, coming in with 6 inches right on the nose. In Lincolnton, Lincoln County, 3.5. McDowell, Marion, 3.5 inches there as well, too. And in Mecklenburg, we saw a range of numbers from Cornelius on the north side of town near Lake Norman, 5 inches of snow. Elsewhere across Charlotte, 3.5 inches of snow. In China Grove, we saw 4.5 inches of snow. Union Trail checking in with 3 in Union County. In Cherokee, Gaffney, 4 inches of snow. Chester County, Chester reporting 1 inch of snow. I would expect to see that one come up a little bit as well, too, when we get a new report in. Greenville County, Greenville coming in with 2 inches of snow. That one, though, real early this morning. Lawrence County, Montville, 1 inch of snow. And in Spartanburg, 3.5 inches. At Greer, at the airport, and at the National Weather Service office, 3 inches of snow. And back into the Charlotte area we go with Rock Hill checking in at 2. Let's check in with the National Weather Service office in Raleigh. These numbers as of about the 6 o'clock hour. And remember, Raleigh is really where we saw the bulk of this storm. So in Chatham County, they saw a foot of snow. So we're going to begin to see some higher numbers here as we make our way across this neck of the woods. Davidson County and High Point, 7.5 inches of snow. In Durham County and Schley, 11 inches of snow. Durham themselves coming in with 9.5. Greensboro, 7.5 inches. Orange County and Hillsborough, 10 inches of snow. Person County, Concord there, another 10 inches of snow. Vance County, Henderson coming in with just over 6. Wake County at the airport, 7. And in Raleigh themselves, 4.5. You know, you made your way just a little ways south of Raleigh, and they were on the rain side of this for so long. That affected their numbers a little bit, but that whole area did really see some significant steady snowfall rates at time to help make up for that. National Weather Service in Columbia, a few numbers coming in there. They didn't get as much of the action as other necks of the woods, but Lancaster County up in the Charlotte area, about 3.5 inches. And lastly, we're going to check in here with Blacksburg, Virginia, who has jurisdiction over Watauga County, North Carolina, back up to the mountains, Blowing Rock, coming in with 5 inches of snow.